Listen up, bro, it's the Spaceman, dude. Yeah, you already know who it is, man. Oi, yeah. Take a sample and loop it. Bass will make your face look stupid. 808 hit low and brutal. When the Spaceman shoots you, have to recognize that you're useless on the mic and on the computer.
Welcome to the Milo Experience.
Oh, well then, everyone. Hello, welcome. Listen to this. You hear that? That's the sound of episode number 26 of the... we're up to episode number 26 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong. Yes. And we're celebrating with a bit of a beer right here, man. Can you hear it? You heard me crack the beer. Everyone can crack their drink right about now. I'm going to take a sip. Ready? It's the sound of me having a beer. I can't believe we've made it this far. Can you believe it? Oh my God, we made it so far. Far. Look how far we made it. Looking back, it's been so long, and now we've got so much a big journey ahead of us, and blah, blah, blah. Can't believe it. Thank you for joining me. Yeah. Today I'm drinking a bit of the old faithful, my old everyday drinker, mate, the old pure blonde. It is low on flavor, high on alcohol. See, I'm already fucked up from it. High on alcohol, low on flavor. Or maybe it is, that's how I describe it. Like, it's just super crisp, super refreshing. It is the ultra low carb lager with 98 calories or 0.8 grams of carbs. I presume that is per serve, you know what I mean? It's pure blonde, 98 calories, 90% less carbs, and from a place purer than yours. That's a pretty bold call to make, because people don't know how pure my place is, man. You know what I'm saying? My place be so pure. It's like I went outside and got a ring of salt, got a big salt shaker and put a ring of salt around my place. It's been fully purified, and I've done all these types. I've been walking around with burning sage, and I've been reciting some ritual incantation type things. Wards. Yeah, I've been doing ward mantras. So my place be super pure right now, man. My ring be fully pure. Once you step into the ring, I'ma make you sing. I'ma hit you with the thing. Then you're gonna cling like the rap. How about that? I put you around my dishes and you're gonna go splat. Rolling down the stairs, I don't even care. I go outside, climb a tree, and then I pick a pear. I'm climbing down the tree. Y'all can't see me, I'm too fast. I'm speeding. Young Milo comes straight through like a demon. I'm out in the garden and I'm weeding. Yeah, I'm weeding in the garden. Yeah, I go hard and I look like Bin Laden. Swag, baby. Yeah, so drinking this pure blonde, bruh. Ultra low carb, ultra low lager. Woohoo! I'll be drinking it for 18 years and above. Only for 18 years and above. You cannot have this if you're 17, 16, 15, any of those ages below 18. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! That's what I'm talking about. You can't do none of that shit until you're at least an astronaut or you're working at NASA. You feel me? Yeah, so this be, we're looking at beer made in Australia, Carlton and United Breweries. Carlton. And that's down in Victoria. Shout outs to Victorian beer. 1.2 standard drinks inside this can, because this be like a 4.2% alcohol, baby. 375 milliliter can. That's 375 milliliters of beer inside the can. Shout outs to Pure Blonde. If you're listening to this podcast, you could send me a couple beers, man. You know what I'm saying? And I might drink them on air next time, and you guys get mad exposure, mad sponsorship. You get a mad bump. You get like the Milo bump on the search engines and stuff. Like, people start Googling pure blonde because you've been featured on my podcast. They ain't going to be drinking no more dirty brunettes no more, man. It's all about those pure platinum blondes, baby. Hell yeah, I'm going to have another sip of beer right about now, I think. What do you guys think about that? Will that be okay with you? Would that be okay with you? And even if it's not, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to take a sip of my beer, right? And you can't stop me. No one can stop me. I'd be sipping my beer, bruh. Man, I'm turning around from the microwave. Turning around from the microwave. I'm turning around from the microphone too much. You can probably, 50% of the podcast has already been lost because I've been turning around getting the beer off of the table behind me because there's nothing but a microphone in front of me. Maybe I should get some kind of little table or something that I can put in front of me now. See, I'm on this spinny chair. I'm on a chair, right? I'm on a stool. I'm sitting on a stool and the stool has no back, no backrest. So you got to use your abdominal muscles to keep yourself upright. But there's a table behind me, there's a table behind me, and there's a microphone in front of me. So I can do 180 degree spin. But if I turn my mouth away from the microphone to go get my beer, then you guys can't hear me very good. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I should just keep the beer in front or keep it in my hand or whatever. But, that's just the way, this kind of shit that we have to put up with podcasters, man. I gotta turn around and get my beer off the table behind me. I'm too poor to afford a table that's in front of me. But no one's gonna stop me from doing that anyway. No one can stop me. No one can stop me because I'm going to do the things I want. It's time to take a stand, man. It's time to take a stand and to make a stand and to quake a stand and to shake a stand and to cake a stand. It's time to get a cake stand, make a cake stand, and then take the cakes to the other plan where there's another man. And then you go over to Stan and you realize that he's got the upper hand. It's time to make a stand. I'm not sitting down for nothing, bruh. I'm not gonna fall over. I won't be pushed around. I won't be persuaded. I won't be beaten. I won't be silenced. I won't be silenced, and I won't have anyone change my mind. People always trying to change my mind on things that are important to me, and even if they're not important to me, people want to change my mind about those things too. Can't you just let me be and let me be with my thoughts and let me be with my crazy, insane fucking ramblings? Can't you just let me be in my own crazy reality? Well, I'm taking a stand right now. I'm standing up. I'm putting one foot down on the ground, then the other foot on the other side of the ground, and I'm gonna, using my skeleton and muscles, lift myself up off the ground, and standing there in the spot, I will stand. I will no longer sit on the ground. I don't need a seat no more. I'm abolishing chairs. No more chairs. I'm going to drive my car to work standing up, and I'm going to take my flights overseas standing up, and I'm not going to be sitting down on my bicycle anymore, baby. I'm going to go line up at the theater. And instead of going inside to sit down and watch a movie, I'm just going to line up there. I'm just taking a stand. I'm joining all the protests as long as they support all the causes I care about, and only those ones will not support anything that comes in direct conflict of my truth, my power. I'm speaking truth to power. That's what I'm doing right here, right now. I'm taking a stand against all those motherfuckers, all those infidels, and all those space bitches that want to try and infect me with all kinds of shitty fucking thought viruses. You know what I'm saying? Putting up the stands. I'm standing in the bleachers. I'm putting up the stands, and I won't stand for it. That's weird because I'm not going to stand for what they're saying. I will stand for what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not standing for anyone else except myself. I don't stand for that shit. I will not stand for people trying to persuade me. I will stand for the things that I believe in only. I will not stand for other people's rights or problems. I'm only standing for my own, man. I'm standing up as strong as I can. Standing like a obelisk in the desert with the sun beaten down on my rocky exterior and the wind, the sand-swept wind just blasting across my sand-weathered, polished surface exterior like an obelisk. Maybe I'm going to bring intelligence to some of the local fauna in the desert where I stand. I'm standing, man. I'm standing to attention, bruh. I am going to stand up comedy right now. Isn't that crazy how some people, they really stand there and then they comedy and they do it on stage? And it's like crazy, man. Why don't you just take a seat? Guess they'd be really, really into whatever they're saying. They're not going to sit down for nothing, bruh. Nothing. Even in the audience, I won't sit. I'm going to stand, man. I'm going to stand. I am a standing man. A stand-up guy is what you could call me. I don't do live comedy, but I'm a stand-up guy because I'm standing up for what I believe in. I'm going to stand myself like a K-pop stan or a Beyonce stan. I will stand everything that I believe in, man. I'ma stand what I believe in, man. I'ma stand what I believe in, man. Understand? You'll be understanding me when I'm standing over you, bitch. Understand that? Can I make it any clearer to you? Can I make it any clearer to you? I don't know if I can make things any clearer, but I mean, that's maybe that's some kind of new frontier that I could look into. Everything's so new lately, man. Everything's just the innovations coming out, bro. Everything's new. New clothing, new ideas, new TV shows, new books, new trading cards, man. Like, no, people don't care about the classics anymore. I just want new stuff, man. Nothing old. I want the news. It's out with the olds and in with the newses. You know what I mean, bruh? It's all about the new stuff. No one cares about old things anymore, man. That's why we put old people in nursing homes, because people don't care about, like, they don't want to go over and visit grandma once a week. They want to put a grandma into a nursing home where they can just have the idea that, oh yeah, she's fine over there. She's doing real great, you know. I never have to go see her because she's old. But what I will do is go see my new baby cousin. So off I go. That's what people be doing, man. It's out with the olds and in with the news. And I just can't believe how new some things are, man. It's gotten to the point where, like, the second that they're produced, that they're right there in front of you and you can see it and touch it and feel it. And it's just like, wow, this is making me feel something by default. Like, just by being in proximity to this item, I'm starting to feel brand new. Like, I got new silky smooth skin. I got new radiant hair that's just bouncy and full of volume. And shiny, you know what I mean? Like shiny, like a coat of a pet's coat, like a Labrador, or they got nice hair or nice fur. Actually, some dogs have hair, right? Like some dogs got fur, some dogs got hair. You ever seen a dog that had scales though? That would be pretty crazy. That'd be something new. That'd be something that I'd never seen before, man. Because I've always seen dogs with fur and I've seen dogs with skin, but I haven't seen dogs with scales unless it's been bred with some type of lizard, like some type of intercourse happened between a dog and a lizard, a reptile dog kind of thing. You know what I mean? That would be new. Or any type of animal that we've never seen before, like, would be pretty cool. And new to me. That'd be news to me, man. Like, you could cross like a shark with a pig. That'd be pretty brutal, man. Especially if, like, you went on the farm one day and, like, you were just feeding the pigs and then you got your arm swallowed by one. And he was like, nom, 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 nom. Oink, oink, oink. That's what the pig would do if it was crossed with a shark. It would bite your arm off and you'd have to go get a new one. I see things on the news all the time, by the way. I see, like, stories on the news, and I see weather on the news. Sometimes I see cars on the news, or like just parents, school children on the news, or policies and procedures being discussed on the news. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about the news. It's all about the news. It's all about the news. You know, I'm so addicted to the news that I've got to watch it like 5 times a day. That's why I get up for like the 5 a.m. news. Then I watch the 8 a.m. news. And then I watch the 10 a.m. news and the noon news. Then after that, I might go and pick my bum and wipe my dick on the wall. And then I come back and I'm just in time to watch the 5 o'clock news and the 6 o'clock news and then the 7 o'clock news. Duh. Got to keep up to date with everything that's happening because I really care about stuff. I really care about stuff and things. And my mind is just like a big open canvas and I want people to paint on it. Or like a big empty box and I want people to fill it with shit. My brain must be full of shit because it's nothing but holes and worms at the moment, man. So it must be some compost really up in there to allow the eggs and the worms to ferment and just eat away at my stupid dumb brain. Eating away at all the trash that gets thrown into my brain every day. I can't avoid it. I try as I might to block out shit from getting inside of my brain. Sometimes like a brain-eating amoeba gets in there and it causes all kinds of havoc, and I'd be drooling at the steering wheel forgetting that I got to press the pedal down when the light goes green. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I am retarded. I try my best to not be retarded, but I can't help it, man. I just, no matter how many classes I spend in special ed class school, I just can't break these chains, man. I've been cursed with the genius of a idiot fucking, not a savant, but a disabled guy, you know what I mean? The opposite of a savant. It's like I got autism, but none of the genius comes with it, because that's the thing about autism, right? Like, you're just a little bit weird in one area, but like you're super great and amazing in every other area. Isn't that what the definition of autism is? Let me look it up. Man who is great at one thing but shit at everything else. Yeah, I had it the wrong way around. That's what autism is. No offense to anyone that's autistic out there. No offense. Didn't mean to offend you. Don't want to offend anybody. I've been offending a lot of people lately. I heard that I've offended some people. I offended people, and I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of myself and all of the people that have been offended by me. I apologize. I don't mean to. I just say things, man. I just say things, and they just come out of my mouth. I don't think about them. I just say things, man. My brain just be like one of those padded cells, and inside of it is 50,000 bouncy balls, and every now and then one of them gets out of the bars or whatever, like breaks through the wall, or like it does some quantum physics type shit and finds itself manifesting outside of the barriers of the asylum or something. And those bouncy balls be flying around with maximum velocity. Sometimes they'll catch you off guard and bang you in the side of the head like you've been standing on the driving range or something, man. Pretty offensive stuff. So I'm really sorry, really, really sorry if you've been caught in the crossfire, mates. If I've been saying that this is dumb or that is bad or I like this and that makes you unhappy with me, then why don't you grow a pair of balls and then chop them off, because you're a bitch. I don't know if I've ever said this before, but this is the type of opinion that really gets you in hot water, man. This is the kind of thing that offends people, and I don't care, man. I'm just going to come out and say it. Michael Jackson was better than Prince. You hear me? I'm going to say it again. Close your ears, close your eyes, and cover your nose, because here comes Milo with another big thought to say. Michael Jackson was better than Prince, the purple guy. Yeah, he was the singing, dancing, amazing man, and he was just so good. Like, Michael Jackson's kill-death ratio was like 100,000 to 1. Like, he'd be on the battlefield with like a hunting knife, man, and he could just carve up 1,000 people. He didn't even need to spawn camp. He'd just be doing all types of 360 spins and like wall flies and like all kinds of weird-ass movement, deep movement tricks that you would only know if you had like 10,000 hours in the game, you know what I mean? With the hardest crews that are going around, only the hardest clans that train together on the maps every single day. Heavily regimented training sessions is what Michael Jackson was into, mate, and that's how he got his skill level so good. While Prince, on the other hand, was just over there in the base, sitting down, polishing guns, and like trying to learn how to moonwalk. Like, oh man, that Michael Jackson dude's got a really cool walking on the moon style. And I think that I need to work out my own signature thing or something. But you know, what am I supposed to do? I got to start with the fundamentals. And he starts trying to do the moonwalk across the base. Yeah, in his raspberry beret. That's Prince, man, trying to play all these instruments at once. Oh, Prince could play 100,000 million instruments. He could play piano, he could play saxophone, he could play the flute, he could play guitar and bass and drums, and he could play keyboard, and he could play anything that you think of. He could play it. But the thing is, that didn't make his music any better, did it? And it didn't stop him from going out there and trying to convert people to Judaism. Prince was doing all kinds of things. I mean, didn't stop him from going out to convert people to witchcraft and wizardry, to the black arts, and I'm not talking about African American arts. I'm talking about evil. I'm talking about the father Satan, if you know what I mean. Like, that's the type of thing that you need to consider when it comes to the spirituality of these guys. Like, Michael Jackson might have been molesting a few kids back in the day or whatever, having sleepovers of 100,000 kids on his bed, but at least he wasn't driven by Satan to do all of the things that, like, he made really angelic music. It was like, stop pressuring me, make me wanna scream, you stop, or something like that. That was one of his songs. And I wanna rock with you all night, dance the night away, something like that, you know, Michael Jackson songs. Or I see the cheesecake and I want to paint it black. I see the guitar and I want to. That's Michael Jackson. And he also sang that song that was like, imagine if there's no heaven. And he did that other song that was like, is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? And Michael Jackson did all the stuff that we know for real, man. He didn't do none of that fake stuff. He was on the board of Nintendo directors when Super Mario came out, and he approved all of the trading card games that would follow, and set the precedent in the 90s. He was on his bike popularizing BMX bandits and stuff like that. Where Prince, what did he do? Pretty much work in an ice cream factory, scooping up all his stuff into cones all day, helping no one, dragging the chain, rattling the bottles, and basically slip and sliding across the water wheels until he fell down behind the cabinet, and where he got lost for the next couple of years and went moldy and wet and damp because no one cared about him. Duh. I mean, Prince might have outlived Michael Jackson, but I think if you really weigh up the pennies versus the pounds, then you'll find that the pinches were on the pocket side of things. Because Prince was all about the music, and Michael was all about the philanthropy. He was lifting people up. Michael was like, I think there's too much hate in this world, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a carnival ride in my backyard. Duh. Prince never did any of that, did he? You know what Prince did? Walked around acting all mysterious and being like, ooga booga, ooga booga, ooga booga. If you try to talk to him, he'd probably steal one of your biros or whatever, pinch your lighter and never return it. That's the kind of things that Prince would do. I've been thinking about that meme a lot where it's like, it's either, there's couple of different formats for this meme, right? There's the one where, remember the big brain memes, and it starts with, small brain, and it goes up to, transcendental brain, where the brain powers and brain waves are coming outside of your brain. There's, different layers of fucking levels of this shit. So, the first one is something a little bit cool, and then by the time you reach the last one where the brain waves are coming out of your skull, then it's, something very cool. That's something very cool. I've been thinking about this one in particular. I mean, I've also seen it where it's pictures of Vince McMahon and he's getting more and more excited. You know that meme? But it starts off, old white man calls you son. Now that's a little bit exciting. Southern woman calls you honey. That's even more exciting. British woman calls you love. Ooh, that's a real big one. Australian calls you mate. Oh, that's off the chain. But I guess this is the punchline. But then the kebab man calls you boss. And to me, I find that so relatable because I actually had a kebab tonight. I get a kebab probably twice a month. Something like that is how often I get a kebab, for your information, for those keeping tabs at home. Today was one of those days, so yeah. But what about, I guess a southern woman call you honey. That's what she could also call you sugar, sugar or honey, Anything sweet would be a nice thing to be called by a southern woman, right? But what about if a guy named Steve called you Mark? How about that? Would you feel pretty excited about that? Or what if a guy working as a policeman called you criminal? Or the doctor calls you patient? Oh my God! Or what if you win a fight in the UFC and then the referee calls you champ? That would be pretty good, right? Or you sign up in the army and then the lieutenant or the general or the sergeant or whatever calls you soldier. Get out there on the field, soldier, and bring me my whiskey. Or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Or what if the teacher calls you student? Or what if a dead man calls you living? I think that would be the best feeling in the world if I was alive and I was at a gravesite and then a zombie came out of the ground and was like, Hey, living, can you shovel a bit more peat onto my corpse? Or something like that. I'd be like, yeah, mate, no worries. I got you, brother. I got you. Since you called me living, that'd be pretty cool. Or what if an ant calls you giant? Or a cat calls you dog? Or what if you were on a spaceship and then someone said, this is Houston, and we need you to come over the radio and say something to us on the radio, Astro, and then you're like, oh, I'm Astro, and then you get on the old blower machine, you get on the radio that submits radio waves to the gods of radio, and then they decide if it's beamed down to Earth or not. And then they pick up your response, like, and they hear you come through loud and clear. Yeah, loud and clear, Houston. This is Astro. Over. This is the Bald Eagle. What if you're on a secret mission with the Men in Black or something like that? Some James Bond type shit. And they go over, like your handler says, the Eagle has landed. And then you're like, yeah, I'm the Eagle. And then you come back over, yeah, thanks, Mother Hen, or something like that, just to confirm that you've made it. These are just the things that I've been thinking about. Like, what would be the best thing to be called by someone, and in various situations of status. Like, I guess with that meme or whatever, it's like, nobody, old white man, that's a nobody. Southern woman, okay, that's a step up from that. British woman, I don't know, that's pretty much equal to Southern woman. Australian calls you mate. Now, that is high tier, man. That's some high tier stuff. But then you can't get, like, it's really hard to find something that goes beyond Kebab Man calling you boss. So yeah, I mean, it's something that I realize. It's something that I've really taken to heart, and I've spent a lot of hours thinking about that. It's like just one of the feathers that I've put inside my thinking cap, and every now and then I've got to ruffle it up, fluff it up, or pluck another feather and put it in there because I get tired of thinking about the old ones, you know what I mean? And it's just this giant collection of feathers in my peacock hat. People think that I'm a bird man, but I'm really just a little bit, ponderous about these crazy ass things, being called names by people of certain backgrounds, What if a black man calls you I can't do that one. Actually, that's probably the best one. That's the best one. Get the N-word card, baby. Yeah, I'm talking about racial stuff.
I've been trying so hard but never seem to catch a break. I don't really watch TV, I've had enough reality, and I think all that shit is fake and all that time is just a waste of time, a waste of time, a waste of time, a waste of time. You can't replace your time, so spend it wise. It's yours, not mine, and even if it was, I'd spend it wasted. I can't taste it. The minute hand, the second hand, the hour hand of power if you chase it, but only if you chase it. Alright, don't pretend you know my story. It's a book you haven't read, a chapter hidden in the back or even written on the back. But don't worry, cause it's really not important. You can shove it, you can store it, just don't tell me that you're bored. That's a waste of time, a waste of time, a waste of time. And all those games you play are such a waste of time. So spend it wise, it's yours, not mine. And even if it was, I still waste it. So basic. You're losing all control, you gotta take it slow before you break it. If you're gonna make it. The ending has just begun. It's
Welcome to the Milo Experience.
We used to play a lot of games as kids, man. I feel like kids these days, they don't play games anymore. I mean, they do, but the games that they play is all on computers and tablets and phones, iPads, and maybe some internet gaming shit, like, I don't know, do some browser-based gaming or something like that. I don't know if kids know how to use computers anymore, or laptops for that matter. I think they just know how to touch screens. Basically, kids have been reduced to retarded idiots, right? And they're dumber than ever. And the only games they play are like Crystal Crush Command, or Clash of Queens, or Clanny King Crown, or any fucking mishmash Kingdom of the Crushed Candy Clans, stuff like stupid fucking shit like that. Or, I don't know, they play like trendy ass games like Fortnite, video games, you know what I mean? They play trendy ass shit, and it's all crap. They play a bunch of crap. That's what the kids play, is crap. Yeah, that's what the kids be playing. They be playing shit. And I just wondered, don't they do they or don't they? That is the question. Do they do the thing, or don't they don't the thing? I'm wondering if they play games like we used to play, like hide and seek, or chasey, or hopscotch, or Monopoly, board games. They play board games anymore? Are board games popular, or they only play the virtual version of board games? Like they play Word Finder or instead of Scrabble or something, you know what I mean? What's up with that? That's what I'm wondering. Because I'm worried that some games are getting lost to time, man. Like, what's the time, Mr. Wolf? Wasn't that a fun game? Did you ever play that game when you were a kid? Or Simon Says do this, Simon Says do that. Isn't that a fun game where someone just says, hey, do that, and you're like, oh, and you go ahead and you do it. Or maybe you turn around and say, hey, you're not Simon, or, you know, do what Simon says or die. That's a really good game. That's a great game for children to play, for the whole family to play that game. I really wish that everyone would play that game and have a lot of fun playing it. Back when we were kids, we used to play all types of games. We used to play games like go hide the goldfish. That's a good one. That's where you got to hide the goldfish and hope that someone finds it before it dies. Or Start a Fire. That's a good game. I like Start the Fire. That was a good one. I used to go outside and start a fire, and if that would mean that I win if I started the fire. So I used to do that every day. Or Steal from the Medicine Cabinet. That's a good game. Me and my friends used to play that one all the time until I took my mum's cancer medication, and that really gave me like a life-altering wound, chemical burn to my veins or something like that is what happened. And we used to play games like Dig Grandpa Out of the Backyard. That was a good one. I used to really do that one all the time. I used to really do it. I didn't used to fakely do it. I used to do it all the time with my friends and family. We used to gather around the backyard, have a big piss up, throw a couple of limbs on the Barbie after we dug him out. That was really good. Really good games. And yeah, I'm worried that they're all getting lost to time. Like, people aren't going to be digging Grandpa up out of the ground anymore, you know what I mean? And it's just not on. It's just not on. I feel like we're losing our culture. We're losing our culture to these motherfucking iPads, man, that are taking over, bro. They're taking over the brains and the hearts of the youth, dude. It's not just the brains, because, like, you take away the iPad and it hurts them. It wounds them mortally, man. It's like they're crying. They're crying about the games on the iPad. But if only they knew the joys of, the games that we used to play as a kid, like drink a six-pack in 10 seconds. That's a good game for kids. Start them off young, I say. It's all about starting them off young and young and young and younger 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 and young. We're getting younger and younger. We're never getting older. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm never getting older. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about teaching these youths the traditions of the past. But if you want to... If I say that out loud, then everyone suddenly thinks that I'm a conservative or some kind of turf or something. And you're like, you want to play British Bulldog? Oh my God. You want to play Snakes and Ladders? Or you want to play, I don't know, whatever fucking other games that we used to play as kids? You want to do the thing that I don't like. That makes you Hitler. You're worse than Hitler for teaching kids games. And then they take the iPad and they put it in the kid's mouth. Yes, have more iPad, kid. Have more iPad. You must have the iPad. You must put it in your mouth. You know what I'm saying, bruh? You gotta bang the rocks together, guys, if you want to make any progress in this bitch. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm not against video games, man. I played a lot of video games, especially when I was a kid too. I played a lot of video games when I was a kid, but I was also outside doing stuff. Like back in the day, if you want to play video games, you had your only choice was the one TV in the house, right? Not everyone had fucking TVs in every room. That's a new thing. It's not that new. That's a noughties onward thing. People started putting TVs not only just in their living room, but in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in every single bedroom. Like that wasn't really a thing in the 90s. You know what I'm saying, bruh? More of a noughties and beyond thing. So yeah, I'm talking about we gotta teach the kids the games to enrich the culture, man. We gotta conserve the games. And yeah, I used to play games when I was a kid, but it was on the one TV in the house. So like, you couldn't just be there doing it all the time. You couldn't be in your bedroom playing video games on the iPad or whatever in secret or hiding under the bed or whatever. Or if you get in the car, you got to go help mum at the shops. You can't just sit out there like on the car ride to the shops. You can't be looking at the phone playing a video game. You can't just go and sit outside the supermarket while your mum did the shopping and play a game, right? You know? Too much stimulus, man, and not enough boredom. We got to make kids bored again, bro. Boredom. That's really something that I've suffered with in my life, is being bored, man. Being bored is probably the worst feeling in the world. But you know what that discomfort taught me? A lot of shit. It taught me a lot of things, how to entertain myself, how to be imaginative, how to pursue goals, skills-based tasks, musicianship, shit like that. Ride a bike, bruh. Go outside, do some exercise. Write a song or whatever. Like, read a book, dude. An endless number of things that we can do without video games. But yeah, I used to play video games as a kid, but that shit was limited, dude. Now I can play games whenever I want, and no one can stop me. But that's not all it's cracked up to be, man, because like when you don't have any resistance and suddenly things are no longer interesting, man. And it reminds me a lot of back in the day when we before we had streaming, we just have to watch whatever was on TV, and we had to catch things at certain times. So we were just thankful for whatever we had, and we would actually focus our attention on things that we wouldn't normally do. It wasn't just a choose your own adventure like this life is now. You can choose everything at any time. Everything is at our fingertips. Yeah, we had to make do back when we were young, man. We had to make do. If you wanted to get an album, if you wanted to listen to a song, you had to buy the CD, man. And it came with like 10 plus other songs, and you probably didn't give a shit about any of them. But you listened to them and you played them until you understood them or liked them or, grew an appreciation for them. In part, sometimes I think it was Stockholm Syndrome, but I think mostly it was like growth, man, like learning to appreciate different things, learning to see the good in stuff rather than, it's not about just numbing your expectations or just trying to get that dopamine of things that you want. Like, I know that this is going to give me a dopamine hit. Sometimes you had to think about it, nut it out, get experience, reflect and ponder something before you could truly appreciate it. And being exposed to that kind of stuff in an album format or whatever, it forced you to do that shit, because I wasn't paying $30 for one song, bruh. I don't think anyone was. And we were happy with that. I was happy with that, man. I really liked that. See, the limited availability of resources, whatever they might be, or entertainment mediums, really drives creative interest, I think. Or I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But now you got it all at your fingertips. People just listen to one song or whatever. They don't give a shit about the album. It's over, man. Art is over. Now this is why AI is going to prevail. No one gives a shit about albums anymore. No one gives a shit about anything except the stuff they already care about. It's like we're locked into our own human algorithm and we can never break free, bruh. Especially thanks to all of the cybernetic fucking artificial intelligence algorithms that are controlling our lives every day and dictating our choices when it comes to consumerism. So yeah, but I think that about wraps us up for today. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I want to thank you so much for joining me today on the Milo Podcast, episode number 26. Bing bong, bing bong. So yeah, if you're listening on YouTube, go down and drop a comment. Say hi Milo, say bing bong in the comments. Hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe. You know what to do. If you're listening on Spotify, like the episode, follow the podcast, share the link with a friend, all that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Waste their time like you wasted yours consuming this stupid ass bullshit. I want to thank you so much, sincerely from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for listening to the Milo Podcast, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bloody O slap. Yeah, mate. Turn the rave into a mush.